Hey Mary, it's Chris Price, and I'm just gonna do a quick walkthrough to show you how I propose you show the Kingpins Exchange site to your sales team. So the first thing that I would do is explain to them that if they have not registered, either you can add them via the Material Exchange user um, function. And so you can create user accounts and give them permissions on how to, what they can do within that account. And then they can simply use the email and the password credentials that is given off when you create their user account. So they would use those credentials to log in to the site by putting their email in the username and the password here. And they simply log in. And that's going to land you on the Kingpins 24 Flash page. And this is a page that will continually be updated depending on whether we're having a show or shortly after the digital shows. We'll also have a more generic landing page if we're in between shows, but this page right now is still showing the Kingpins 24 Flash as we had the Flash on February 23rd and 24th. And we had a live stream, and then we also offered on-demand content for the 2 weeks after the show, and that just recently came down. The on-demand content was provided in one of these tabs up here. So it was home, program, speakers, and then on demand. And visitors could simply click on the on demand tab and access all of the suppliers' videos from the Kingpins 24 Flash. Now they can only access the program, which just gives a program of events for the Kingpins 24 Flash. And then they can also look at all the speakers who participated in the Kingpins 24 Flash. I'm not sure why it's currently not showing pictures. I think my email is not fully showing, but you can see that that's your teammate Pierrette right there. So it gives a little background on each speaker. So then we will go into the suppliers tab. And the suppliers tab is where a brand visitor would either go to find the mill that they are working with, or for a brand visitor to find new mills that they hope to work with. So they can either just simply scroll through here and click on whatever mill they find interesting, or they can search for the specific mill that they want to find. So they would just put the name of the mill in there, and then they can click on the mill's logo, and that will take them to the company info page. And the company info page is all of the company information that you uploaded into Material Exchange. Now, there is an option to upload a lot more than what you currently have done, but really you can build this out to be almost like the mill profile you would hand off when you're starting business with a new customer. So it would have all the key information about the mill. Um, Also, it allows you to input a video, which you see here, and then a little bit of verbiage about the mill. One of the great features of Kingpins Exchange is the fact that there are all types of certifications that you can simply click in Material Exchange and then upload your certification. And here you're able to see, the customer is able to see what certifications are active, and then also quickly reference the scanned um, compliance certificate that you've uploaded into the system. Also, customers can, if they don't understand which, or I'm sorry, what the certification means, they can click on that right icon and find that certification and all the information there. And so I'm sure that Cone has a lot more certifications that you're currently showing. So let's say you uploaded like 40 certifications, all the various certifications your mill has achieved. You could also, a customer, if they wanted to cut through that and simply find the one they're looking for, they could simply type in the certification and it would pop right up to the top, and then they can do that. The sustainability tab is a very similar thing. It's just more focused on sustainable initiatives. So you see US Traceable Cotton, Trust Protocols, ZDHC, and the Higg Index. And again, you can search for the exact one that the brand is looking for, and you can see all of the uploaded certificates by clicking the download icon, and then find out more about what the certification means by clicking on the icon to the right. So now for the fun part, which is the collections. So the collections area allows you to organize your fabric offerings into different stories, and you have done a really great job of doing that. So you can take them through, I'm sure they've seen most of these concepts, but you can take them through the different ones and simply click on the concept, and it will take you to the fabric detail page where you will see all of the fabrics that live within that concept. And this concept doesn't happen to have a video, so let's click on one that does. I know that the staff picks has one, so I'm going to click on that because I think that's a really cool feature to show them. And so they can introduce books via whatever video content that they want to, and those can reference the fabrics that they're showing within the concept directly. So obviously the thumbnail for the fabric is up to your discretion of how you want to show the fabric. I like that you've kind of showed it in a more natural way and done it a different way for each fabric. But when you click on those, you can either add cart if you love that fabric right away, or you can click on the thumbnail and then you get into the fabric page, which shows a lot of different images of the fabric. I believe you can have up to 10, and you can download high resolution. The customer and the sales team can download high resolution of images of the fabrics. So that's a nice little function. You can't see it right now, but I just downloaded it and I have big images on my computer. And then you can also find out all of the information on a fabric. Now, currently this is not as clear as I'd like it to be because I think that we're not highlighting the most crucial information up top, but soon this will be the material code, the weight, the content, the elasticity, and like all of the physical key information that a typical design or sourcing team needs. It will be right to the right of the fabric, so you don't have to click all the way on the material attributes and then scroll down, which is where you're currently finding it. So you see like stretch, content, and all of that other good information's on the material attribute tab. I think you guys did a really good job of putting the material description, but yeah, you're just giving the customer a very good idea of what the fabric is and all of the good stuff about the fabric. So from here, you can simply add it to the cart, and you'll see that if you add it to the cart, all you have to do is click on the cart, and you can write a note saying, if I was a customer, let's say I was Madewell, hey, this is Dorothy. Please send 5 yards to Cytex. Contact Brian. And then you could put like, let's say 5 yards here, and then simply, oh, not a hanger, we can do a sample yardage, and then hit send request, and that will automatically be generated to the key person, the Superbook editor who is running your material exchange site. Now, hopefully we'll eventually be able to integrate these requests going out to the salesperson but right now I think it's just going to the Superbook editor. So I will throw away this request, and then I will go on to show you other things about the site. So that's how a customer can just go and find the suppliers they're working with, or discover a new supplier and then select fabrics. Another cool function is if a customer is searching for materials, searching for a certain fabric. So let's say the customer works with Cone and a couple of other suppliers out of the China, Vietnam region. So they could say, I want to see Cone stuff, I want to see uh, Freedom stuff, and I want to see Prosperity. So like, that would be like if there was a brand that only wanted to look at fabric options from their approved suppliers, then they could go in here and really do a drill down search of, I want to see like bottom weights above 10 ounces. They have to have a little bit of stretch. Let's just say they have to have let's look for a high stretch. They have to be above 50% stretch. And then we can go in and even do something like, I want them to include branded Tencel. So then you can see all of the suppliers with an above 50% stretch Tencel blend. And then from here, again, you can just add to cart or go into the deeper dive on the fabric. So that's how a buyer could use the materials tab to quickly and efficiently search for fabrics from all of their existing vendors. Now, if let's say it's a brand that's really more interested in a certain type of fabric and they're open to new vendors, but they know about, they want it, they know they don't work in certain regions. So let's just say they want to look in only like Mexico and let's say Mexico. So they want to find a fabric in Mexico that meets their needs. And so they decide to click that. And this time they want to find a shirting weight out of Mexico with Tencel. There may not be a Tencel shirting weight out of Mexico, but let's just see. So let's just say an after wash weight of 7 ounces. We can do a heavyweight shirting. Oh, the max would be, let's just say 8 ounces. So if they were to do a search on that, they wouldn't find anything because there's not a lot of shirting weights out of Mexico. But let's say they wanted to find an 11 ounce Tencel blend out of Mexico. They could find it right here. They'd see all these different options from Tavex, and they could select fabric from there. And if they wanted to do a more generic search, they could use the search materials to just do a quick search of, let's say, T400. I'm sorry, dual X. Of all the different dual effects qualities. And they can find all the different dual effects, but just by doing that quick search. And then the pavilions are, right now it's Tencel and the Lycra company, and they do a really interesting kind of story about their different products they offer. They show some marketing, they tell their sustainability story, and they show their global locations. It's a similar thing for the Lycra company. So you can definitely just scroll through that as you wish, but those are two other features that allow brand visitors to go in and explore more about fibers. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how your team can share curated collections to specific customers. So for example, if they have a request from a sourcing person at Levi's for dual effect stretches, they can create a book that is full of Olive Cone's dual effect stretches that meet the brand's requirements, and then share that book with the sourcing person at Levi's, and that collection will only be viewable to that person at Levi's. So let me just quickly take you through how that happens. So this is where the request content feature comes in. So if you click on the suppliers, and let's say there was a request for content from Prosperity Textile, and when someone clicks request content, this message comes up, and the customer said, "Hey, hey, it's Wim from Levi's. I'd like to see hemp fabrics." They can simply send that request. Now it says request successfully sent. And so then the Superbook editor, who would be you, would log into, that's interesting, would log into, I gotta go to Material Exchange, so let's go to log into Material Exchange. Dot textile. Oh no.